welcome back to the kitchen. This week is our very first in the kitchen of the fall, and we have a guest cook. So we're actually going to be traveling back in time a few weeks to our last Spanish club meeting of the summer when Anna taught us how to make enfrijoladas. So you're going to learn a little bit more about Mexican cuisine. If you missed the other two installments in our Mexican food series, I will put links to those down below. And a big thanks to Anna for joining us for the summer to teach us so much about Mexican food and teach us how to cook and enjoy it. And in 2 weeks we'll be back again for In the Kitchen to make a final smoothie recipe that we didn't have time to do this summer. And after that, who knows, maybe some fall recipes. Alright, see you in a bit.
Yep, you can definitely put some more in. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go over here, and this oil's hot, so you wanna be careful. You wanna grab a bowl, right? And we're gonna put it in. Yep. Ooh. Scoop out.
So what are we making today, Anna?
We are making enfrijoladas, which is a very easy meal that we typically eat for breakfast. It's the literal translation, I don't think it exists, but it's like beaned up.
It's like bean what?
Beaned up,
Bean up.
I guess.
Beans up?
Beaned up enfrijoladas, because it's just tortillas and eggs, but you add beans. Okay, so right here, these are traditionally made with pinto beans. Do you want to do the honor? Sure. Put one pan in. Okay, careful. We're just gonna put one pan in. You want me to pour? Yep. Pour it. Pour it all in.
I already know this Spanish.
You do? What are some Spanish words that you know?
Hola,
I'm gonna go.
adiós,
Do you want to take over this? Yeah.
amigo, amiga.
What else?
Bueno, I know how you talk Spanish.
Usually we would add water to this, but I feel like if I go around for water right now. You do, how many numbers do you know? Up to how many? To 10. Can you count for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Good, I like that. Okay.
Well, that smells pretty good.
So, do you want to come with me to the kitchen and grab some water? I just want you to fill this up a little bit with water. I can
Like
make
halfway or less than halfway?
like right here. Very big, okay?
Yeah. When my mom and me were watching Pride and Prejudice.
Close this door, it doesn't splash.
Is that good or should I keep
Yeah, that's great. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and season the beans. So these are some of the things we're going to use to season it.
Ooh, I see seasoning.
Okay.
I usually make one.
So this thing here that we have, it's not like super traditional. This is, think of enfrijoladas like sandwiches. You know, everybody likes, according to their own taste, they add and take off things. So these are just like some of the seasonings that I like to use. So we got cumin, oregano, adobo. Adobo is a seasoning. It contains salt, garlic, black pepper, oregano, and turmeric. So it's basically an all seasoning. Well, literally just as all purpose.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is. You can even add it. You can even make scrambled eggs without salt and pepper and just use that. Yeah, sometimes you're fine. Then we have some chicken powder bouillon and some sazon.
Yeah, if you want to like make microwave eggs, you can
What
use
is-
green pepper. It's really good.
Yeah.
Or I mean green onion.
You see that?
Yes. What is sazon?
Sazon is another seasoning. It's like all purpose. It tastes a little different. It has like a red coloring to food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you put in the whole packet. Yeah. And I'll let you put it in a little bit of the chicken bouillon, okay? After she's finished. Just sprinkle around there. Yeah. Now I want you to put about half of this packet in, okay? So this is chicken bouillon, but this is this Goya brand is very popular in Latin, specifically like Caribbean.
Is it like
Yeah, a little more. Okay, now that we've finished using these, I'm going to put a little bit of adobo. And you get the oregano. enough? Yeah, that's good. We don't want to make it too salty because a lot of these things already have enough salt. So you want to sprinkle that in there like you're putting in sprinkles on your ice cream. Yep, thank you. And the last final thing, this is more of like a personal preference. I like adding cumin just because I have cumin to everything. So I want
Smells really good.
So these are pinto beans.
My dad has to add salt to everything. He adds so much salt and pepper to everything.
Add a little more. Okay, because I don't want to be tasting too much like cumin. Thinking about those things. So yeah, these are called pinto beans.
There's a tornado.
And you said this has eggs in it too?
Yes, right now we're just cooking the beans because that's one of the things that takes a while. Usually the traditional way is you soak the beans, you season them, you cook them. I don't got time for that. So I just bought it in a can, so a little cheat, and then we get to just season it.
Who cares? I'm just going to do it my way.
What's fun about is, you're sorry, do you want to start?
Oh, sure.
What's fun about this is that once it starts boiling, after a couple of minutes of it boiling, it's done. You know, that's just kind of convenient.
So, do you take the tortillas and just put the scramble in?
Yes.
Okay, alright.
So I'm gonna turn those off and just let it simmer. If you would put the lid on top, that would be great. So in my first presentation, I don't think either of you were on the first presentation. So the first class, what I did was did a presentation on Mexican food, and it's gorgeous. Does anybody know when corn was invented?
Mexico?
Mexico, yeah.
Also, corn is sometimes treasured in Native American tribes.
Yeah. That's so. So this right here is called maseca. The traditional tortilla is made with cornmeal. Very rarely is it found in flour in Mexico. I would say that was found more in the northern parts. And they're usually reserved for burritos. Okay, so this is called maseca. I mean, I should probably show you that now. So this is like a very popular brand to use in Mexico. It's used in other places, but literally the name of the company is Azteca Milling, which is milling Aztec, which is Mexican. Out of this, we're going to be making tortillas as soon as Miss Katie comes in with the hot water. It's like cornbread mix. You add hot water to it and it's we have another opening. So the trick to it has to be warm water. This cold water won't have the same reaction. So I'm going to put a little bit and then I'm measuring. This is where we're going to knead and it's dough. We're going to add little by little water. You want to add this? You're the tortilla master now.
No, Josh is a little better at
So we're going to mix it like this. You want to go ahead and mix and mix? See that it's starting to clump up?
It happens a lot.
Yep.
Like Play-Doh when people are making
Yes, exactly like Play-Doh. So now we're going to add a little more water. We don't want it to be too wet because then, you know, it dissolves. But we don't want it to be too dry because then it cracks. So you don't want to douse like big old, you know, gulps of it in while you go. You want to do little by little. Because then you think you're confident and you say, oh, I could just put in like a cupful, and then it ends up being too much. But the good thing is if you have too much, then we'll just add more dough to it. It's too wet? Okay, so there is a test to see if you added too much. Do you remember what it is?
Don't you like throw it around the bowl or something?
We do. That is a step, which is kind of fun. This is the fun part. Just to like make sure your dough is okay.
Yeah, very wet, very
It
moist.
is very good. Do you want to help?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to set this down here. I'm gonna add
I'm
more.
worried.
We'll be fine. We're inside.
Yeah, but also we want to go down to the lower level and probably want to go into the bathrooms.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get to that state. I don't think it will, maybe.
What? See?
We wouldn't want to go like to the lowest level and then or into the bathrooms if something happens, like a tornado.
I think you have to live near the water on low ground for that to happen.
Yeah.
It's rare that they have it in PA.
Oh yeah, we don't want to take out the whole.
And we're not near any bodies of water, and I don't think we're particularly on those grounds. But that's
Yeah,
good.
and then we have mountain goats surrounding us, so like doesn't that help? Okay, so yep, I think yours is in a good mood for you to smack it around like she's doing. So do you see her bowl that has very little residue on it? That's something we're trying to aim for. And we want to knead it like this, because then the bowl is the one that's going to help us. Because if we do it with our hands, we might not get the consistency we want. Okay, so now I'm going to take a small piece of this. I'm going to roll it around. And this is the test to see if it's good. If I press down on it, are there too many cracks around it? And it actually went out pretty round. So this seems to be like a good consistency. So, try. Yours seems perfect. I like that.
That is a slope.
That looks even perfect too.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Oh, the press.
Yes, okay. So traditionally there is a press, but I tried bringing my entire kitchen just so that I could be easier, and I did forget the tortilla press. So we're going to improvise. Today we're going to learn how to do it by hand, which is the more traditional way. Push you a little bit. We're going to see. You can mold it as you go. Start the current. Yours might need a little water though. Or we could use our fingers like this and just like spread it out thinly. And I need a lot more dough than that to make a good tortilla. Yeah, we want it to be very flat. Think of like, have you ever had a crepe? Like a French crepe? Okay, so the bread is very thin.
It's like a pancake, but thinner.
Yeah, very thin. You can keep trying, it's okay. I have some backup tortillas.
Mine is still like kind of bit moist, but I think that's okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this tortilla that I've tried to perfect, and I'm gonna take it over here for you, okay? Because this is very hot.
Yes. I am paranoid one. Millie wants to.
Actually, one thing that I unfortunately had to learn about cooking is that you're gonna have to burn yourself many times to learn. So you'll burn yourself in the future, hopefully not severely. Guess I'll just go there. Can't you flip it again? Okay. So I'm not too worried about keeping them hot because we are going to fry them a little.
I know.
No, I don't understand people who run with it even. I can't. Maybe it's just kind of like
Yeah, you want to let that cook on the other side. It's still very much raw.
I don't do it in the
You want to flip that?
I can't. If I do it in the afternoon, Josh, I'll feel blood.
Yep. You want to flip it down here? Do you want a napkin? Yeah, sure.
And you can do it like yesterday.
Then we're gonna hit pulse just a little bit. It could use a little more water.
You want them like super diced, right?
Yeah. So we just want to dice a little of that. We haven't got to dice the whole onion.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, probably should
You're
have
good.
Unless y'all love onion, I'm not gonna complain.
Well, depends. Like a good amount, but not like crazy.
Flan.
What is that?
Flan. It's like
Jello?
like cheesecake and jello meet together with cheese.
I've heard of it. I just
Yeah.
never really knew what it was. I haven't had it
Really
before.
good. I actually my mom's gonna make you guys some one day. Tres leches is also really good. It used to be one of my favorites. So I'll let you crack one egg, and then we can let Miss Katie crack one. Just be careful, it's very hot on the edges.
What are those? Just like a fried dough with some sugar.
You wanted them to be scrambled.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I was like, why are they just letting them sit there? They're supposed to be scrambled.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what you wanted to do with them. So I'm gonna just season it with adobo just to like show you guys that it tastes pretty good, just like that. some scrambled eggies. Yes, I call them eggies. Oh, yeah, and cilantro.
So this is a typical breakfast?
It could be, yes.
Okay.
Think of this like pancakes, but savory.
Okay.
And then I'm pretty sure I brown mine. So we took regular sour cream, and what we did is that we season it using the adobo that I just used. That is over there. Then,
Wow, that
So
looks beautiful.
where can you get the queso fresco?
oh, I got it at Martin's. Everything I have right now, I got it at Martin's.
That looks beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, there they are.